Yo, what's this Christmas Eve? Stupidly small cast? Oh no, hang on, that's summer cast. Hi, Lauren Clark.
Stupidly small cast.
Yes.
It is a small cast. It is
Say
just
hi.
you and I. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Stu
We're
Farrell.
talking like a couple of excited kids, aren't we?
Well, it's exciting. I can't help getting excited, but except at the same time,
I couldn't be stuffed.
yeah, it's that, man. It's really reached its, horror point now because I, for one, do the majority of my shopping today.
We spoke yesterday about Santa and Christmas Eve and excitement.
Yeah.
And thanks for your correspondence on that. But also, today, as an adult,
Yeah.
I think Christmas Eve must be the worst day. And, I mean, barring tomorrow, which is going to be Christmas Day, obviously,
Yeah.
it means we can stop talking about freaking Christmas. But
Right.
it is, as an adult, Christmas Eve is the worst, especially if you're an unorganised adult because, as you said, today you get the majority of your stuff done.
Yeah, for sure.
Geez, one of those things, though, in society, like, before Good Friday,
Yeah.
and these days the shops are open anyway on Good Friday. They might close for about 3 hours.
Yeah.
But you notice on Holy Thursday, I think they call it, or the Thursday before Good Friday, that it's almost like there's going to be a nuclear attack.
Yeah.
And we better go and buy every loaf of bread that ever existed on these shelves. Like people are running around with armfuls of bread and snags or peanut butter, and because the shops aren't going to be open for 3 minutes tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's sort of similar on Christmas Eve, but now if you heard of McDonald's or like a hamburger restaurant, I've even
That
noticed.
sounds lovely.
I've noticed banners out the front of McDonald's now saying we are open Christmas Day.
Really?
So we are becoming a society of never closes.
Never closes.
Is there such a thing?
I reckon there is.
Well, there's a city that never sleeps.
But is there something sad about that?
It depends because we're different. We're not white Christian Melbourne anymore.
Yeah.
We're who knows what we are.
Multicultural.
Okay, multicultural.
Yeah.
And that means that there are going to be a hell of a lot of people that don't even care what we're talking about today.
Yeah, totally.
And, I mean, there are major religions in this city that have been celebrating their version of whatever this is.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have even known,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm not really advocating for not having it. There is just something about the everything always open. Like, how everyone says when you go to the airport, there's no wrong time to have a beer at an airport.
Yep. Do I?
Yeah. I think you
There's
might have been
something
the actual
about
person
going
who said that to me.
But there isn't. It's such a true thing. And it's like being on a footy trip. There's never a wrong time to have a beer or, like a breakfast beer is not looked at like you've got a problem. It's like he's getting on a plane or he's getting on a football trip.
Really?
Hang on. They're not all just bogan fests. A football trip is dictated by the people in the football side.
Who are having beer for breakfast.
Well, if you're staying at a pub, it doesn't mean we're all going out and playing the pokies and beating people up.
Yeah.
It just means we're a little bit looser than we would be. I mean, bear in mind, I've been on a football trip for 20 years, but this is what I remember.
That whole thing because time, is a total construct, and it blows my mind that.
You just pass that bong over, yeah.
No, I'm saying I've been watching an amazing documentary series about stuff like this. I have.
It's called Doctor Who.
Oh. It's called something like How We Got to Now, and it's really good. Anyway.
Hang on, you got to tell us about it.
So basically, it talks about, I'm only like a couple of episodes in, but it talks about, people will know about this. This is one of those things where you'll be listening and be going, oh my God, how old is this? Because I'm not sure when it came out, but it's really, although I think it's pretty new, but it's about, so far they've talked about people in history who changed something in some small way and it had a massive effect, and now we take that thing for granted. So one of them was a bloke who just went one day, he was like, why don't everyone's dying, why don't we put the poo underground? And so he invented sewers.
Oh, okay, I was wondering where you were going with this.
And sewer systems are replicated around the world in lots of different ways. So they're underwater, they're underground kind of systems like the sewage system in many different designs in cities for like wires and all sorts of things. What are you laughing at?
Hey, we're all dying. Why don't we put the poo on the ground?
You did ask me to summarise, and I'm not sure it's my greatest skill.
No, but it was okay. So it's just about how things happened.
Kind of. It's really good. It's really good. I really recommend it.
And
maybe
recommend as a box set for someone special that likes.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get it here because that's actually on my list to get for people for their Christmas thing. Because do you think a box set? I think a box set, if the person hasn't watched it and you know they're viewing things, is never a bad idea.
I don't know. I just think gifts in general are a bad idea. But you were advocating.
You are a terrible Grinch.
Is that a good thing?
No,
oh.
you are you are a bad gift giver, a bad gift receiver.
Whoa. I'll take the receiving, but I'm a good giver.
Are you though?
Yeah, because I think about it.
But
I execute perfectly, and the surprise is always there. I would even say I'm that good a gift giver.
Yeah.
That I went out and bought 2 dresses for my beloved.
Yeah.
Right. When she didn't even want dresses.
Yeah.
Right? Opened them up on Christmas Day. They both fit perfectly.
That's amazing.
And loved both of them.
But she's a good gift receiver. Maybe she quite likes them.
Come to think of it, I haven't seen her wearing them ever since that Christmas morning.
When I say you're a bad gift giver, what I mean is that you do tend to gloat, which you've just demonstrated rather nicely.
Oh, that was a bit of an ambush, wasn't it? No, but you were advocating for a day where the whole of society should shut down. Now, why is that?
I don't even think that. I just think it's this nostalgic kind of idea that I've got that there is something nice about stopping. But actually, there's probably not. It's probably just...
When you think about it, it's more annoying than anything else. Because we are used now to be able to get whatever we want when we want.
No, it's true.
So
it's totally true.
Do you think it's older people that are running around on Holy Thursday panicked that they're not going to have bread for the first 3 days of Good Friday?
Well, that's like my grandma used to speak to me on the phone from overseas like this. Hi, how you going? Yes, good, okay, bye. And you'd go, no, Grandma, it's okay.
Smoking the ice, so Grandma.
I've got a phone card. It's okay. We can talk for, ages or whatever. Yeah. But back in the day, if somebody rang you from overseas, it was like, I am alive, bye-bye. Yeah.
I'm putting on Auntie Jenny. Yeah, exactly.
Auntie Jenny.
Whatever.
Yeah.
They share the phone around. They're all hurry up because it costs us $14 a minute to get through this. And happy Christmas, everybody. And it's like a race call. So you're off to do your Christmas shopping anyway today. The day before, very unorganised.
It's always awful.
You are an organised person, but in
some ways,
are you going to venture into the big smoke?
Don't know. There's always something vaguely horrifying about that.
It's it is sort of like New Year's Eve in that it's amateur hour.
Right.
Like most of the time, the people that are shopping are pro shoppers. They love it.
Yeah.
They like to shop. Right.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve is like New Year's Eve in that, like for drinkers.
Right.
So you get amateur hour on New Year's Eve, like for once a year drinkers having their 2 stubbies, then smashing things and falling over and causing problems for us professionals. Yes. And Christmas Eve is much the same when it comes to shopping. I'm one of those people. I'm bumping into things. I'm getting angry. I'm not realising that you have to do this here and, freaking out and getting in the way of pro shoppers.
Totally. And rules that usually apply for shopping, like you can go and ask the shopkeeper things and stuff, they don't apply now. It's all bets are off. It's like you find that shopkeeper and you make them take your money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or would you say that you could almost shoplift?
Oh, shoplifting must be rife at this time of year.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Well, it is.
Because
is there something wrong with giving someone a shoplifted gift? Like, is there? I mean,
I suppose.
Forget what you think about shoplifting.
Well, you can't if you're going to ask a question like that.
But if you knew something was hot, and you gave it as a gift, would you feel bad about that?
I used to...
There's something nice about getting a bargain, isn't there?
Well, I knew a guy once and he worked
nudge, nudge.
He worked in the CD... it wasn't a CD shop. It was one of those... You know how the... Jeff's Shed. For those of you who live in Victoria, you'll know Jeff's Shed. Big old exhibition building. When I say old, it's not old. It's relatively new. Anyway... they sometimes have big CD sales in there, or they used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. A guy who I knew one summer worked at one of them, and I would open my front door every day and there'd be a pile of CDs for me.
Nice.
He never told me that he didn't purchase them, and I never asked.
So does that make you just as guilty?
It kind of does. But
do you care?
I don't know. I sort of...
I don't know if I do.
I don't know if I do. It broadened my music knowledge. And
Anyway.
a big hello to Tom.
Hello, Tommy the Thief.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, you never question a guy with a name like that.
Yeah.
We should move on. It is
Yes.
the stupidly small summer cast, and we're keeping this small. It's Christmas Eve. You've got to go shopping.
I do.
Every morning, we've been doing a bit of seasonal tippage.
Yes.
And this morning, this special Christmas Eve morning, how about I give you some recommendations for books? So if last minute book ideas, if you're out there listening and you're planning to go shopping, this is from the New York Times. Yep. It's Michiko Kakanui's 10 favourite books of 2014.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about his name, okay? But here we go. These are the books, and I'm not going to describe them. I'm just going to tell you what they are.
Okay, great.
You've heard of them.
Yeah.
First one, Redeployment by Phil Clay.
Ooh.
You know that one, no? This one you know, Little Failure, a memoir by Gary Steingart, and there's actually a copy of that sitting behind me on the shelf right now.
Yes, I think there is.
And it's actually highly recommended, that book. I've read that one myself. So Gary Steingart, Little Failure. A Brief History of 7 Killings by Marlon James. You let me know if you know any of these.
Don't know that one.
All right. Can't We Talk About Something More Pleasant, a memoir by Roz Chast.
Oh, what?
Oh, yes.
That's on my Christmas list.
I'll give you this one. As fans of her New Yorker cartoons well know, Ms. Chast's work has long been informed by experiences as a daughter, wife and mother. Bloody, bloody, blah, blah, blah.
She's written this. It's about her parents.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was out in time for Christmas. That's very exciting.
So, Can We Talk About Something More Pleasant, a memoir by Roz Chast. Duty, Memoirs of a Secretary at War by Robert M. Gates. Yeah, for the war buffs. Okay. The Sixth Extinction, an Unnatural Selection by Elizabeth Colbert. Now, we heard about this book earlier in the year from a friend of ours.
Yes.
And it is highly recommended.
It is.
It's going to depress you over summer.
Yeah.
But The Sixth Extinction, an Unnatural Selection by Elizabeth Colbert with a K. The Dog Stories. That was 2 words. By Jack Livings. Okay.
Yep.
Lila by Marilyn Robinson.
Oh, nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Not That Kind of Girl. A Young Woman Tells You What She's Learned by Lena Dunham.
Finally one I've read.
All right.
Yep.
What do you think of that book?
I really liked it. It's very controversial for a range of reasons, and so is she, but I think she's pretty funny and interesting.
Okay, that was Not That Kind of Girl. A Young Woman Tells You What She's Learned by Lena Dunham. All Our Names by Dinor Mengistu. And that's it.
That's awesome.
Okay, so that's a little... We might even see if we can chuck the link up in time. We don't know. It's a bit harder in summer. But that's on the New York Times books area of the website. You can check it out yourself this morning, just in case you needed some good reading for yourself or for a little gift. Lauren!
Yes, Stu.
It's time to get back in the pool. I don't even know what that means. We've said it the last 2 other mornings. It's sort of become like a sign-off, hasn't it?
What is it again? What are the rules?
No bombing.
No heavy petting.
No heavy petting. And no footy shots. See you tomorrow for Christmas.
Words to live by. Bye.